Why does our behavior often override planning? People rely on our habits, not constant decision making. I can assure everybody watching this video that the number of decisions we make on any given day is insurmountable, not sustainable. That's why we have to take our brain rest, why we have to turn off social media, why we have to unplug, as we would now say, go on a vacation where you can't get Wi-Fi. Our brain's capacity are not built for the amount of information coming in. I have often said is that my decision maker is closed for the day, sometimes closed for the week, because I've just made so many decisions and I don't want to keep making decisions that may be not as effective, not with enough data. And so again, decisions constantly is what we're trying to reduce in our life. Systems assume rational choices, and we are not rational people. That's we'll get much into that. Emotional comfort influences our route. And again, I've already elaborated the A to B and the C is a lot better than the winding snake road that I'm not sure about that one. And then our social norms and culture actually shape our mobility. What happens in Tampa, Florida versus what happens in Seattle is very, very, very different. What goes on in Miami and Dubai or Sao Paulo or Berlin are all different cultural backdrops to how people treat urban mobility. And then finally, change requires behavior design, not just the infrastructure. You can build it, and in other episodes we've talked about why the Middle East is building so rapidly, why they have the build and they will come mentality. They want to be first, they want to be best. But even with those designs and their absolutely extraordinary visionary plans, you still have to have that behavior change that comes behind it, and you will still have gaps in that. Again, we're SNAAP Transportation in our personal rapid transit system feels like we're building inside and filling this middle level gap in the mobility infrastructure. So again, here's the uncomfortable truth about planners, that people don't behave the way systems expect them, so we have to train them. Most transportation models assume rational decision making, and we know that that is not always the case. We rely on habits. We choose what feels comfortable, not always what may be more efficient. And then even social norms actually play a real critical role, as we've described, depending on if you're European, African, US-based, Middle East, even Far Asia, are all going to have different patterns and different histories and different infrastructures. And so now how do you not only build and even retrofit some of these urban centers to improve mobility, improve accessibility, but also improve quality of life through a more seamless journey? And then finally, the behavior overrides planning, not because people are wrong, it's because systems aren't designed with real human behavior in mind. That is really the design of building systems that are focused on moving cars and not moving people.